Will Tesla cross the 200,000 car milestone this month or the next month in the United States? Just in case if you're wondering, if it happens next month, probably on July 1st, that means that the federal tax credit will start being phased out 3 months later, which is a big deal. We're going to talk about that and a few other things coming out of Tesla, a comment of the day. So let's get going right now. All right, thank you to those of you who are watching me on Patreon live. If you would like to contribute and be able to watch me live and communicate and talk during this show, please go to patreon.com/E4Electric. And of course, if you're watching me on YouTube, please consider subscribing so you don't miss anything moving forward. Before we get into the numbers, just want to say I am flying to Shanghai, China just in a few hours to cover the ByteDance factory tour, HQ tour, their unveiling of their sedan, and also I'll be at CES Asia after that to check out some other manufacturers that we don't get to see or talk about. So I'm hoping to bring some really cool footage for you guys. But don't worry, I will still be posting videos every day. Some really interesting ones. As a matter of fact, there's a challenge. One of the videos I'm going to produce in the next week and upload it will be fake news. It will be about something that never happened. And I'm challenging you to let me know what it is once it's out. All right, let's get going. As you can see, the sales report here from Inside EVs. InsideEVs.com is a great website. They're known for tracking all of the numbers of the sales of different electric car companies. Well, companies who make electric cars and plug-in hybrids. They do a great job on it because it's really not very few companies release their monthly numbers, sometimes quarterly. So they try to track it in different ways, kind of like the Bloomberg tracker for Model 3, only for all cars. Okay, so as you can see, last month they've estimated that Tesla sold almost 10,000 cars in month of May here in the United States. So with the increase of Model 3 production, you can probably estimate that they probably on track to sell anywhere from 13 to 15,000. However, they also estimate that so far Tesla sold 194,000 cars in the United States since their inception, so which means they have a room for about 6,000 cars to sell, but probably will have 13,000 cars kind of available for sale, and that would be the projection. So now, for those of you who don't know, there is a 200,000 car limit on the companies, after which the tax credit, $7,500 tax credit here in the United States starts to phase out. I'll tell you in just 1 second how that will work. If this 200,000 car milestone is crossed in June, it will basically make a difference by 3 months versus if it will be crossed on July 1st. Now, I am assuming that Tesla will figure out how to maybe hold some cars back or sell them in Canada. Now, holding cars back will definitely hurt their Q2 numbers, but at the same time, it will help them with their Q3 numbers. Or if they can sell it in Canada and there's a huge push going on, then they will accomplish both. They will sell enough cars, but at the same time prevent the tax credit from expiring 3 months earlier. Now, let's say they get it all done and they will cross that milestone on July 1st. That means for the rest of this year, the $7,500 tax credit stays. But for the next months after that, so January through June of next year, it will be cut in half. Then for the rest of that year will be cut in half again to 25%, and then in 2020 it will be phased out. Now, if they do cross that milestone this month, that means just shift everything by 3 months. Okay, so that's where we're at. We'll see what happens with it, but a lot of people can benefit from it, including myself, if they just go ahead and push for July 1st. All right, well, thank you so much thank you so much to Evanex. Just wanted to mention that they are the sponsor of this video and this channel. Aftermarket accessories for Tesla. If you're shopping for one, grab the discount code in the description of this video. That way you can save a few bucks, the code that they've provided specifically for this audience. So thank you to our sponsor. Let's move on to another interesting topic. Kind of unfortunate. So this Tesla employee this is a shot from the video, and I wasn't going to show you the video. It's taped vertically, and really this is the best shot. But you can see this is a Tesla employee. It's a mobile service car, the Model S. As you can see, that employee looks like he or she is asleep behind the wheel. But at the same time, this could be also that something went wrong and that person is unconscious. That video was only about 10-15 seconds. Mike Kagulada was the one who taped it, but there was no follow-up. Nobody really knows what happens. Tesla says they're investigating it. It would be nice if somebody, if this is really a medical emergency, somebody kind of helped this person out. And I'm assuming that autopilot, if it was on, kind of steered this car to a full stop as it does and puts the blinkers on. So hopefully we'll find out what happens to this person. Also, speaking of autopilot, there's an update that's being rolled out as Elon Musk promised, and this is for the obviously autopilot 2.5. Now, as you can see from the shot, see until now the autopilot 2, the second version, the Tesla's version, could only see the cars ahead of it in the same lane. But now, as you can see from the shot, the cars that are in a neighboring lane, left or right really, it will show those cars at the same time. Now, I completely forgot that this feature was missing because I have a 1.0 version in both of my cars, and we had that feature for now years, literally. And this was one of my biggest criticism for Tesla, is that, you know, their newest second version is still not as good as the first one. Now, it is better, it looks that way, at least to most people, in terms of smooth driving and recognition of the road. But that feature is being added just now. It was in beta for most of this year so far, I think. So I think this is the last feature that will definitely catch up to Autopilot 1. I thought that already happened, so my bad. This is something that's just happening right now. So let me know what you guys think, those of you who will actually get that feature. All right, and another thing that Elon Musk has been tweeting, actually, I'm looking at my phone, some interesting things. But one thing I wanted to mention, he was talking about that Autopilot will be available on Tesla Roadster, and it's gonna have augmented mode. And it's also, it says like a flying metal suit, but in car form. All right, I don't know what this means, guys. So actually, I'm going to ask you, what the hell does this mean? I mean, obviously, this is probably going to be a feature that will help people to kind of deal with the amazing power of that car and maybe prevent some accidents, or, you know, some sort of assistant to people who maybe don't know what to do with all of that power. That's my only guess, but this whole metal suit, I don't quite get it. So I'm just gonna look to you to explain it to me. So I'm looking into the comment section, though I will be a little bit slow to reply. Just like I said, I will be in China most of the time. All right, let's get to the comment of the day. And by the way, thank you for all of the love for the last video. I actually was a little nervous because I spent a good amount of time talking about sort of my opinion on the issue of Elon Musk and so forth. Usually it's controversial, but I got a lot of love from you guys, so I really appreciate it. I was also talking about this little car, Honda Urban EV. This is a concept that had won an award for design. I completely disagreed. I thought there were a lot of, for the prototype, design award for a prototype of the year. I thought there were a lot of other beautiful prototypes that could have gotten it. I don't hate this one. I just didn't think that was the best one, but apparently I'm in minority. There's so many comments like this. I just picked the biggest one. This is just one of somebody who posts more often than everybody else, and thank you for that, Lionel. And he just says that a lot of people love this car. Yes, it will play probably. It will be more appealing in Europe, and it does look like Wall-E version of a Volkswagen Rabbit. I agree with all of those comments, but yeah, apparently you guys like it way more than I'm, and maybe that design award is deserving. All right, so I guess I stand corrected. All right, guys, well, just like I said, I'm flying to China in a few hours. I will try to stay in communication as much as possible. Will depend on a VPN, but I'm looking forward to bringing all of the cool footage of Byton, the factory, the unveiling of their new car, and of course, all the other stuff at the CES that I will be able to see if everything goes according to the plan. So I'm gonna miss doing this show for a while, for a week, but at the same time, I know you guys will enjoy my content. Once again, watch out for the fake news video. I'd really appreciate it if you let me know which one you think that is. All right, see you next week. Other than that, don't forget to stay charged.